Next week's Present Imperfect focuses on the Salman Rushdie affair, as seen through the eyes of an immigrant Muslim family, now successfully established in England, but determined to retain their cultural roots.
Radio Times in full colour with brighter, clearer pages.
This week in the Radio Times you can find my guide to the rough guide to Havana.
And down here in Berkshire, read all about my new lifestyle.
Ruth, the jam looks great. What about another pound of strawberry, eh?
Peter Dean argues for the survival of local markets, and David Jason tells Radio Times why he's going straight. Radio Times, the most colourful way to put yourself in the picture.
In 45 minutes here on 2, the celebrated American broadcaster Bill Moyers interviews Elaine Pagels, lecturer in the history of religion at Princeton University. Now on 2, Newsnight.
As Nelson Mandela begins his historic contacts with the British government, he plays down his alleged gaffe about the IRA and plays up the prospect of a peaceful settlement in his own country. Good evening. The ANC leader, Mr. Mandela, prepares for his first visit to Downing Street tomorrow by saying he can narrow his differences with Mrs. Thatcher. Tonight, in an exclusive interview with Newsnight, Mr. Mandela tells us he won't be drawn into the conflict between the IRA and the British government, though he still declines directly to condemn the IRA.
Violence from whatever quarter is to be condemned. But I again refuse to be drawn into expressing an opinion on any specific controversy.
Mr. Mandela also says it is very likely that the ANC's armed struggle will be over by the end of this year.
There is no doubt in my mind that both the government and ourselves are serious in seeking a solution.
Also tonight, in the Soviet Union, the battle between radicals and hardliners spreads from the Communist Party Congress onto the streets of the capital. Jeremy Paxman is there.
In Moscow tonight, the Democrats have taken to the streets in a protest which would have been unimaginable a few years ago. It's another indication of the failing grip of the party upon this country.
But inside the 28th Party Congress, the old guard will have none of it. There have been big mistakes in perestroika, says the leader of the traditionalists. The army stays loyal to the party. We've the first pictures of the elite new force formed by the Interior Ministry to deal with protesters if demands for reform get out of hand on the streets.
And in Mecca, the Saudi authorities have said that over 1,400 people have died at the Hajj, the annual Muslim pilgrimage. Tomorrow, Mrs. Thatcher will welcome to Downing Street Nelson Mandela, the Deputy President of the African National Congress, which she used to denounce as a terrorist organization. But while Mr. Mandela's visit marks a major shift in relations between the British government and the South African Liberation Movement, they are still divided on two important issues. Mrs. Thatcher believes that sanctions should now be relaxed to reward President de Klerk for the changes